So I grew up black dad, Italian mom, and we grew up in the '80s where there was a lot of drugs and they partied and we had the party house. My dad was a drug dealer. My parents were drug addicts, and my dad was always out providing for the family. So it was me, my mom, my brother, and sister. So my dad was, a butcher by day and sold drugs by night. It was funny. My little brother used to think my dad was a ninja. Because this nigga would come home after work and he'd get in all black and then hit the streets. And my dad thought or my little brother thought Dad's a ninja. He's going out,
he's a ninja, all right.
Right? But I seen a lot of shit early, bro. I seen people snorting lines of coke and smoking weed and doing all that. I grew up in the '80s. You know what I mean? So it was I was there. I was moving around. So I say all that to say, my dad came from a broken home and didn't know how to show love. So he was really learning how to be a father on the fly and abusive towards my mom at times and beat our asses when needed. So it was just that there was always a disconnect. But I lost my mom in 2007 to cancer, and I think through her passing, my dad kind of became my dad. He's always been in my life, but that we weren't really close, and he'll admit it. You know what I mean? But I think since my mom passing, we've been great, and my thing is it's never too late to be a father.
So shout out to him for reaching out.
For sure.
And doing that.
For sure.
Because,
I asked that because they don't have their fathers in their life.
Mm-hmm.
But I see, you are really active in your kid's life. He is. And it's everybody that doesn't have a father is, really stepping up and, making sure that they're in their kid's life.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
So I'm 44. I think this wave of our generation came from the stigma of empty black homes with no fathers, and I think all of us, whether you had it or not, learned. Like I said, my dad was there, but it was still bad. You know what I mean? So I think we knew what not to do. You know what I mean? So that's why we take fatherhood so important. And I love it's cool to be a black dad now. You know what I mean?
Oh, super cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers is really putting in the work and getting the opportunity to do it. There's a lot of shit that plays into that. But, for the dads that do step up, I love it. And you're definitely seeing more black dads present now. And I love that.
Yeah, super. Was your, because I did watch your documentary, but when you were in high school around that time and you was facing all that, racism and shit going around, was he present?
Yeah. My dad was a bad motherfucker, bro. The two things I looked at, my dad played football, and that's why I grew up playing football. And then he liked to fight. So this is back in the '80s when they would just fight. It wasn't no guns, nothing. If you talk shit, we fighting. So we were in an area in San Jose where they were surrounded. Our area was surrounded by a lot of white, and they didn't like the fact that my mom and dad were together. So my dad just grew up fighting. You know what I mean? So I like that side of it. What was the question? My bad, I got high.
Your dad was your dad there in those times when you was facing racism in high school?
He was there and he was ready.
Yeah,
he was ready. You was at the dock. You saw there was some people, that hung that Confederate flag, and he went over there and burned that shit. My dad was always ready to protect the family, regardless. So he was, but it was just they were invisible. They only came out at night. I whooped old boy's ass for what he did to my sister, but in the darkness is when they vandalized the school. So it was just crazy. They put a green light on my head, tried to kill me. I had to move. This is all 3 months before I'm about to
A lot of people don't know that story. I told a homie, he was like, they was doing that shit in Sacramento, and I was like, I was like, I was like, what?
I never knew that, and I heard that it was one of your peoples that told you, hey,
so
they over there speaking on you. They had a meeting.
So I'm Italian, and one of my cousins somehow, some way, ended up being one of the head dudes. He worked his way up because he wasn't from Sac, but he worked his way up and became a high-ranking dude, and actually in prison for life now ended up trying to change and knocking the head dude out there, knocking him off. Right. So he hit my mom and told her that they put a green light on my head for beating up this kid. So
This nigga Matt from the Mafia.
I heard that. That's how I know about it. It was one of his close relatives tapped in with him. Hey, they had a meeting on you.
So it was. He's the son of my mom's oldest brother. So we spent Christmases together. We both didn't have shit.
Right.
We was both poor. But they would come to our house and spend holidays. We go camping. We really fuck with each other as kids. And he grew up and went one way, and obviously we went a different way.
Bro, the streets is talking, so for him to know that, it's crazy.
Because I never, when I found this out. I never knew they had that going on in Sacramento. I didn't know it was that the Klan was out there in Sacramento. I never knew that.
Oh God,
I didn't think that, but they said in like the suburban areas, that's where that was going down at.
Yeah, that's actually
when I
crazy.
think of Sacramento, I think of the ghetto because I've been out there on Sacramento Road
Oak
and all
Park,
that shit.
you know, like
Oak Park.
my auntie was, had a throat slit and left for dead in the gutter in Oak Park. You know what I mean? So it was just, there was different parts of Sac. So we came from San Jose where it's kind of bad. So we kind of moved up a little bit when we went to Sac when we came from the Bay. You know what I mean? So, but his brothers and sisters, some of them didn't. So we went to a predominantly white school. Like my parents didn't want to put me in they wanted me to have a better education, a better opportunity to learn and stay focused. So I went to all white high school, but then I went out to like downtown in Oak Park to play basketball. So that's where I got kind of the mix of both. But when I was in San Jose, there wasn't no white people, and people like, well, you're half white. I'm just like, I didn't grow up with white kids. I grew up with like Mexicans, Asians, and blacks until I came to Sacramento.
Damn, that's deep.
That is actually deep, man. Shout out to him though, man, for you know what I'm saying, and during that fight and that going through, you feel me, coming out victorious.
Right.
Cause that's what first of all, laid you down, you know what I mean? I got mine, you feel me? Don't worry about nothing, man.
I got
Fuck around
twice
with
too.
it. Yeah, got him twice? Yeah, I like that. Like, hey, I'm gonna get you again. Don't even worry about it. It's on sight when I see you.
Yeah, but you see, like I said, you seen the document. Like they burnt the building down. They did all the shit. The mannequin with the dye. Like they wasn't playing. You know what I mean? So I had to get in one more time just for the
when that doc coming out?
We looking to do. We're gonna put it in. So we won the Hollywood short. We ended up winning that shit.
Oh, for real?
So we won best sports documentary with that documentary. So now we're up for an Oscar. We're in Oscar contention now. So that's gonna be dope. We're gonna put in a couple other film fests and then hopefully be able to sell a series because we want to do a series around people's black mark.
Damn, y'all niggas up for an Oscar? Bro, that's
congrats.
crazy.
I hope y'all win it too.
Congrats.
My mama.
That's wild.
Pray y'all win it.